That night, the surface of the river was ablaze with endless flames. Zhang Liao drew his bow and shot an arrow straight into Huang Gai's shoulder, sending him tumbling into the river. Zhang Liao then rescued Cao Cao, helping him to the shore. Cao Cao found a horse and prepared to flee, but the camp was already in complete chaos. Flames roared, battle cries echoed across heaven and earth. It was as if the world itself were burning. Han Dang charged through the smoke and fire when he suddenly heard a voice calling, "Lord Han, save me!" Recognizing the voice of Huang Gai, he rushed to pull him from the water. Huang Gai's body was covered in burns, the arrow still lodged deep in his flesh. Han Dang quickly drew his knife, dug out the arrowhead, wrapped the wound tightly with a flag cloth, and gave him his own battle robe before sending him back for treatment. Huang Gai, a strong swimmer, had barely escaped death. Even clad in armor, he managed to stay afloat through sheer will. That night, the river burned like a fiery inferno. The flames spread with the fierce east wind. On the left, Han Dang and Jiang Qin attacked from the west. On the right, Zhou Tai and Chen Wu advanced from the east. At the center, Zhou Yu, Cheng Pu, Su Sheng, and Ding Feng led the main fleet in a thunderous assault. The sky turned red, the waves reflected fire, and the roar of drums and shouting filled the heavens. The Wei army was trapped in the inferno, burned, drowned, struck by arrows, and overturned at sea. Countless men and horses perished in chaos. A later poet praised the moment. Wei and Wu fought for supremacy. At Red Cliffs, Chao's fleet vanished. Flames lit up the sky and sea, as young Zhou Yu crushed mighty Cao. Another verse reads, "Mountains high, moon small, waters vast. The chaos of past heroes fades. The south cared not for Wei's pride, for the east wind favored Zhou Yu's blade." That night, the fire of Red Cliffs illuminated the fate of all three kingdoms. Meanwhile, Gan Ning, guided by Kai Zhong, entered the enemy camp. Once inside, he suddenly drew his sword and cut Kai Zhong down, then set fire to the camp. Lu Meng saw the flames and responded by igniting more fires across 10 points. Pan Zhang and Dong Shi attacked from all sides, horns blaring and shouts thundering. Cao Cao, with Zhang Liao and a few hundred riders, galloped desperately through walls of fire. Suddenly, Mao Jie arrived with Wen Ping, leading a dozen men. Cao urgently asked the way out, and Zhang Liao said, "Head toward Wulin, it's open ground." Cao agreed and fled that way. But behind him came a loud shout. "Cao the traitor, stop!" Under the blazing light, Lu Meng's banner appeared. Zhang Liao stayed behind to fight. Ahead in the valley, torches flared. A force emerged crying, "Ling Tong is here!" Chao's heart froze. Just then, from another side came a shout. "Do not panic, my lord. Su Huang is here." Both sides clashed in chaos, and Cao barely escaped northward. Soon he met two former officers of Yuan Shao, Ma Yan and Zhang Yi, stationed on a hill with 3,000 troops. They joined to escort him, giving Cao some relief. But moments later came another ambush. Gan Ning appeared roaring, "I am Gan Xingba of Wu," and struck down Ma Yan and Zhang Yi. Chao's hope faded again. He had expected reinforcements from Hefei, but Sun Quan had already blocked the road, sending Lu Sun and Taisher Ci to intercept him with fire. Cao was forced to detour through Yiling, where he met Zhang He and ordered him to guard the rear. By dawn, the fires behind grew faint, and Cao Cao finally felt a flicker of relief. "Where are we now?" he asked. "West of Wulin, north of Yidu," came the reply. Cao threw back his head and laughed aloud. His men, confused, asked, "Why laugh, my lord?" He said, "Because Zhou Yu and Zhuge Liang are fools. If I were them, I would have set an ambush here. How could they let me escape so easily?" No sooner had he spoken than drums thundered on both sides, and flames burst from the woods. Startled, Cao nearly fell from his horse. From the trees charged Zhao Yun shouting, "By order of the strategist, Zhao Zilong has long awaited you." Cao hurriedly ordered Su Huang and Zhang He to hold him off while he fled through the flames. Zhao Yun did not pursue, merely seized a banner and withdrew. Thus Cao escaped once again. Soon, a cold rain poured down, and the wind still blew from the east. Soldiers were starving and exhausted, looting villages for food. When Li Dian and Su Chu finally caught up to protect him, Cao regained composure. Asking about the road ahead, he was told, "The southern road to Yiling passes through Hulu Pass. It is nearest to Jiangling." So he chose the southern route. Weary troops and starving horses struggled to move. Cao ordered them to rest, cooking horse meat and drying their clothes. Sitting under sparse trees, he laughed again. His men asked, "Why do you laugh this time?" He said, "I laugh that their strategy is still lacking. If they had set an ambush here, we would be doomed." But as soon as he finished, shouts erupted all around, and flames burst forth once more. Zhang Fei blocked the mountain pass, bellowing, "Cao the traitor, stop!" Su Chu charged forward bareback, joined by Zhang Liao and Su Huang. The battle was fierce, and Cao again slipped away amid the chaos. Eventually they reached a fork. Scouts reported two routes, one wide but long, the other short but rough. From a hilltop, Cao saw smoke rising along the narrow path, but none on the main road. His generals urged him to take the wide path, but Cao sneered. The art of war says, "When they appear weak, they are strong. When strong, they are weak." Zhuge Liang is crafty. He lit smoke on the side path to mislead me. The real ambush must be on the main road. I shall take the small path instead. Everyone praised his wisdom, and they entered Huarong Trail. But the trail was muddy and steep. Men and horses were starving and cold. Progress was painfully slow. Cao shouted in anger, ordering bamboo to be cut to fill the path, executing any who disobeyed. The cries of the dying echoed in the forest as the army struggled on. By the end, only 300 riders remained. Cao laughed once more. If there were an ambush here, we'd be finished. Clearly Zhou Yu and Zhuge Liang have no more tricks. Just then a cannon boomed. 500 soldiers blocked the way. At their head stood Guan Yu, mounted on the red hare, wielding the green dragon crescent blade. Chao's men panicked. He sighed. "We have no choice but to fight to the death." Advisor Qingyu stepped forward. "My lord, no need. Guan Yu is loyal to old favors. If you appeal to him in person, he may spare you." Cao took his advice, rode forward, and saluted. "General Guan, how have you been?" Guan Yu replied coldly, "By order of the strategist, I await you here." Cao said, "I am defeated and cornered. Please remember our past friendship." Guan Yu answered, "I repaid your past kindness when I slew Yan Liang and Wen Chou. Today I act under military orders. How could I bend the law for personal favor?" Cao then invoked the story of Yu Gong forgiving Zhuzi, appealing to righteousness. Guan Yu, moved by old gratitude, looked upon the weary, ragged army and could not bear to strike. At last he sighed deeply and shouted, "Let them pass." With that command he spared Cao Cao's life. Cao galloped through, and when Guan Yu turned back, the enemy had all escaped. Zhang Liao arrived, but Guan Yu again chose mercy and let him go. A poem says, Cao fled in defeat through Huarong Trail, and met Guan Yu face to face. For old debts of kindness deep, he freed the dragon from its golden cage. Cao Cao escaped with only 27 riders. At the mouth of a valley, he saw flickering lights ahead and thought his fate was sealed. only to find it was Cao Ren's army come to rescue him. "We feared to leave you too far," said Cao Ren. Cao sighed. "I almost bid you farewell forever." They reached Nan Commandery and took rest. When Cao inspected his troops, he found the losses devastating. Cao Ren held a feast to comfort him, but amid the cheer, Cao suddenly broke down crying. His officers asked, "My lord, you did not weep in the fire. Why now in safety?" Cao replied, "I mourn Guofeng Xiao Guijia. If he were still alive, I would never have suffered such defeat." He pounded his chest and wept bitterly, and all were silent. The next day, Cao ordered Cao Ren to guard Nan Commandery, while he returned to Xuchang to rebuild his army. He appointed Xiahodun to defend Xiangyang, Zhang Liao to command Hefei, and Eugene and Li Dian as deputies. After arranging his forces, he led the remnants northward. Meanwhile, Guan Yu returned empty-handed to Liu Bei. Zhuge Liang and Liu Bei were celebrating the victory at Red Cliffs when Guan Yu arrived. Zhuge Liang personally raised a cup to greet him. "Congratulations, General Guan. Your valor has eliminated a great threat to the realm." Guan Yu remained silent. Zhuge Liang, puzzled, asked, "Are you displeased that we did not meet you earlier?" He turned and scolded his attendants. "Why wasn't I informed?" Guan Yu sighed. "I return without merit, only guilt." Zhuge Liang's face hardened. "You mean, Cao Cao did take Huarong Trail?" "Yes," Guan Yu said. "And I let him go." Zhuge Liang said coldly, "As I suspected. You signed the military pledge. I must uphold the law." He ordered guards to take Guan Yu for execution. As the saying goes, he risked death for righteousness, and left his name shining through the ages. What became of Guan Yu, we shall hear in the next chapter. Summary. This chapter marks the most thrilling and emotional moment of the Battle of Red Cliffs. Cao Cao narrowly escaped from the inferno, only to be intercepted one after another by Zhao Yun, Zhang Fei, and finally Guan Yu. In the end, it was Guan Yu's sense of honor and gratitude that allowed Cao Cao to live. The joint Wu Shu forces triumphed through strategy and intelligence, shattering Cao Cao's southern ambitions and establishing the foundation of the Three Kingdoms balance. Zhou Yu and Zhuge Liang's brilliant tactics made Red Cliffs an immortal battle in Chinese history. Guan Yu's mercy revealed the weight and cost of loyalty. Though defeated, Cao Cao's ambition endured, and through victory, Liu Bei secured a foothold in Jingzhou. From that night's blaze, the world was forever changed. Knowledge points. 1. The Huarong Trail episode, where Guan Yu spares Cao Cao, is fictional. Historically, Cao Cao did retreat north through Huarong area after the Red Cliffs defeat, but there is no record of Guan Yu intercepting him. 2. Cao Cao's three laughs, mocking Zhou Yu and Zhuge Liang before each ambush, is a literary invention, symbolizing arrogance punished by irony. There's no evidence that such episodes occurred in real history. 3. Cao Cao's actual losses, though severe, were not total. Historical accounts suggest that despite the defeat, Cao retained substantial forces, and the battle did not destroy his power completely.